Good morning. Oh yeah. Shit. Today is a gloomy morning out here, man. Look like it's gonna rain. I think it is gonna rain today. You know, great weekend in sports. This morning, man, I was watching Channel 11 and Bronx, man. And what I was gonna say, man. Yeah, they had this show. I think it was called Unlock My Phone. What's wrong with people, man? Why would you? Why on earth, man, would you subject yourself to some shit like that, man? What's wrong with people, man? Anything for a dollar and anything for some fame, man. So you're willing to allow strangers to unlock your phone, look through your phone. Jane Addams, that's my grandma's where she used to teach at. Rest in peace, grandma. Um, why would you subject yourself to that, man? People, invading your privacy. What's wrong with people, man? I couldn't do it, man. Like, it's bad enough. I don't even want my wife going through my phone. I don't want to go through hers. I don't believe in none of that shit, man. Spying and going through people's shit and all that. Like, I feel like, if you have those type of trust issues, um, you need to have a conversation, man. Something, like, you shouldn't, be snooping through people's shit, man. I never liked or respect shit like that, man. Like, especially without no type of probable cause. It's like the government, like, you getting, like, cops just going through your shit. Oh, you look suspicious. Them just go through your shit. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? If we don't allow it in the law, we shouldn't allow it really in our private lives either, man. Like, some people feel different. Some people feel like I have a right to go through your shit. You don't know what kind of personal shit that I got in my phone, man. Some people could be, sharing some type of information they may not want people to hear or know, that they're confiding in you or you confiding in them. And, they may not be ready to share that with other people. And, that's somebody's privacy, man. Somebody, could be doing some shameful things on their phone that they may, be doing to themselves, or, what, what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, that's people's private. You're gonna find shit in people's phones that you don't like. I never agree with that shit, man. If you go through your woman's phone, you're gonna find shit they don't like. Now, if your woman is, or your man is out here and they just making all kind of wild videos and people are commenting and talking about it, and it's embarrassing, that's different. But, like, to just be doing it to do it, like, that's some retarded shit. I'm not doing that, man. I think that's a invasion of privacy, man. And I feel like every human being should have some type of level of privacy, you know, what I'm saying, like, to themselves, man. You know, I just don't agree with that, man. Like, if you have trust issues, conversations need to be had, man. But, to go through somebody's shit, that shit just does nothing but create more problems, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it really, yeah, you might catch, you know, the dude cheating, or you might catch a girl, all right, or somebody comments, shit could get blown too much out of proportion. You would be, if you got social media, you're gonna have certain friends, you're gonna have, you know, people that, reach out to you and say the comment things. Like, you're gonna, this is we live in a different era, man. It's just, you know, if you're being mistreated at home, then, you know, that's a conversation I need to have. But to be snooping and, I think he's cheating, I'm gonna go through, like, what are you doing, man? You making this shit worse than what it is. You know what I mean? But I don't know, it is what it is, man. Let's get to sports, man. It was a great weekend in sports, man. Starting from Saturday, you know, just great games, man. My Tennessee, they Volunteers, they lost. They lost the game. We shouldn't have lost. Um, Alabama got upset. So now that that top 10 is rearranged, man. But everybody's still in the top 10. I think in college football, everybody's gonna take a L, man. It's too competitive, man. Now that the playing field, it looks like it's more even, and we're gonna see some L's, man. I don't see, really any teams going undefeated, especially in a playoff system. Like, like it's what I mean? Like the pressure of losing one game now, if you're a top 10 team, is like, you know, it's not as intense as it was in previous years. Like that loss would have disqualified a lot of people, like just taking those L's that was taken this weekend. Now you got Oregon and Ohio State this weekend. Ohio State going to Oregon. Let's see what happens with that. Somebody gonna take a L. So now it's like, you're looking at a lot of, it's too competitive, and they're making everybody play each other, and that's what we don't get in boxing. But this is what we get in college football. Everybody's gonna play somebody, and you're gonna take a L, man. Like, and it happens, man. If you don't take a L, then that means that, hey, you deserve to be champion. But in previous years, you had teams that didn't take a L that never got a chance to really, ball out. And then when they were giving some of these teams chances, they was getting manhandled in that BCS. You know what I'm saying? So now, the way they doing it now, I think is better. Let playoff, anything can happen. When they go home, you got all these bowl games anyways. Now they mean something. And I've been saying that for years, man. Like, now they mean something, man. So now, we go to the NFL. See my Broncos, man. You want to keep throwing it. Or told my cousin, yo, you throw it over to my man Satan. You're going to get a couple passes complete here and there. Keep throwing it over there, man. Keep going to the well, man. And sure enough, they threw it over there. P6, house call. Let me get that. Straight to the house, man. And the Broncos are 3-2, man. Everybody was laughing at me in the beginning of the season. We don't got a quarterback. We don't got this and that. Like my man said, the job, that's why they play the game. That's why we watch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right now we're 3-2. I'm not sitting there getting happy. I am happy to be 3-2, but I'm not gonna act like we got some big expectations. We got a rookie quarterback. Sean Payton is a great coach. He's showing you how great of a coach he is. And this is what I mean by what coaching can do. Because coaching can mask mistakes, and coaching can, guide you in the right direction. When you got these rookies and they can't figure it out, and a lot of that be coaching, man. You be having these bad coaches. Look at the coaches they be having. They be having bad coaches, man, that don't know how to maximize their talent and minimize the mistakes. You got to surround your team also with you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just have a rookie quarterback and put it on the shoulders and line them up out there. You got to get tight ends. You need a decent offensive line. You got to block for the kid so that, he's not running for his life, man. You gotta get him a running back. You gotta surround him with pieces, man. You can't just, send him to the wolves, man. And then if you don't have the right coaching, they're not gonna call the right plays. They're not gonna know what to call and draw up and things like that. They don't know how to, work around the guy's talents, and they just dropping them back. That's not gonna work. But anyways, the Broncos are 3-2, man. Defense is great. Bo Nix is going to get better. Hopefully, he gets better and better. He's looking a little more confident. I need to see him have a more efficient game. But they're winning games, man. They're going to win the way they win. Their philosophy is defense, and keep them in the game. making plays, and you know, they're not gonna try to, outscore you. You know what I'm saying? Like in shootouts, man. They're gonna win with great defense and on a balanced offensive attack, man, which is okay. At least till the kid gets more confident and gets better and becomes more efficient, right? The Giants looked pretty good yesterday. Their defense stepped up. They beat Seattle. I watched that game. That was a good game. I know my mom's is happy. She's a diehard Giant fan. Um, that was a good game, man. I think the Giants had 7 sacks, man. They got to him, man. Um, the Jets, man. They people gonna blame Aaron Rodgers this morning, but he threw some horrible passes, but he don't got no offensive line, man. Like, they don't, like he was still sore from Denver, man. We got told niggas we was gonna get to him, man. We gonna have him running for his life, man. And he said he was still sore from the Denver game, broken up, man. So, he was sacked, I think we sacked him 5 times. Then he got sacked like 5, 6 times yesterday. Like, he's taking too many hits at 40. I'm 47. You're not gonna recover quick right now. Like, I'm waking up with back pains and shit. Like, so when you get older, especially when you're an athlete or you're a workout dude and stuff like that, you wake up injured sometimes, man. Like, bones don't heal the same. Recovery takes longer, and they're not gonna block for him. He's gonna continue to take punishment, and he may not make it through the season. So, although he threw those 3 picks, one was for 6, man, to the house, man, and they got a block for him, and they're not running the football well. They're gonna get that coach fired because Daniel Hackett is a horrible offensive coordinator, man. He was horrible in Denver, man. But they're not they're doing a lot of thinking and dunking and screenplays, and you know they need a tight end, man. They're not using the tight end. I can't reiterate this enough, man. Use the tight ends, man, because those guys usually always open. You know what I'm saying? Like, use the tight ends, man. What's the problem with throwing? You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys get yardage, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some Pix 11, man. They keep sisters on there, man. And anyways, man. Back to sports, man. You know, Aaron Rodgers, man, they gotta do better, man. The defense hasn't really, been up to par the way it's supposed to be this year. And I promise you, they're gonna get this coach fired, man. If they don't turn around in the next 2 weeks, that dude might be out of here. Remember where you heard it first, man. Let them go 2-4. They're already 2-3. Let them go 2-5, 2-6. He's gone, B. What else, man? Cowboys and Steelers. That was a good game last night, man. I see Russell Wilson on the sideline. Look like he's ready to come back. And this kid Justin Fields, man, I don't want to see him get benched, but they're not gonna go far with that kid. He still needs a little bit more development. Mike Tomlin is gonna mainly game manage him, and to me, I don't know more than the coaches. Obviously, I'm just giving my opinion. The coaches know they're coaching the game we just watched, but I just feel like he needs a little more time to develop, and game managing him, I don't think is it. I think he needs to be out of the pocket more, running. See if you can get him, out of the pocket to make throws down the field. You know, they another team that they don't really have an explosive back. I think they need like a back out the backfield that can catch and make plays. And I think that's what they're missing. They're missing like one of those tailbacks that can get out there, got some speed to them. Remember, we used to have like a Tiki Barbers and your Dave Meggetts and those guys. Those are a thing of the past now, man. Toss them the ball and they can make plays. They're quick enough to shake somebody and get out open field and go, man. And I think that's what the Jets need. Utilize not the Jets, I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh needs that, man. Um, to utilize, guys like him with Justin Fields, but you're going to bring in Russell Wilson. We're going to see what he got left if they bring him in. But, the way Justin Fields looked at last night, you could see them turn into Russ, because the season can get away from them if they're not going to be able to score. You know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson, because he's a champion, more experienced, and he still has some flashes. They may give him the edge, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're trying to go somewhere in the playoffs, But I like Justin Fields. I just think he needs more time. And, the Steelers, if he would get him with a coach like an Andy Reid, an offensive-minded coach, he'll shine. You know what I mean? Because he'll, play those strengths. But I just feel like Pittsburgh, they're going to game manage him. Russell Wilson, he's probably going to fit better with that system because they're not going to let Russ, go out there and just chuck the football, man. He works better with a running game. They're going to play action on things like that. But if Pittsburgh can't run the football and you're going to drop Russ back, like I said last year, he's not a pocket passer like that, where he's going to sit there and just pick you apart. But, he'll be a little bit better than Justin, but they'll still struggle. Then you had Cincinnati and Baltimore. That was a great game. Shootout, man. Lamar Jackson, he aired it out yesterday. But they give Henry the damn football, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand, I think it was the majority of the game he wasn't getting the ball, man. Give him the fucking ball, man. Like, he's gonna break one eventually. Like, he should be getting at least 20 carries a game, man. 20 to 25 carries a game, man. Like, and stop trying to drop this guy back all the time, man. I know he wants to sit in the pocket and make plays, but you got Derrick Henry, man. Give him the football, man. But Cincinnati, man, they may be cooked, man. It ain't over for them yet, but they can't afford to lose any more games right now. They need to go on like a 6-7 game winning streak just to, put themselves in playoff position, man. The legend, man. Like the defense ain't stepping up, man. And Burrow, he's doing a lot. He's keeping them in games. He's marching them down the field. They're scoring, but the defense ain't stepping up, man. Defense is atrocious, man, right now, and it's bad, man. It's looking bad, man. But that was a big win for Baltimore. They're turning their season around. I think we got New Orleans, KC tonight. Who else played? Everybody played yesterday. Jaden Daniels looked good again. Who else played, man? Let me try to think about some more games. The Dolphins got a victory, man. Much needed. We don't know when Tua coming back, but the Dolphins season is finished, man. Jacksonville got their first win of the year. San Fran lost. I had a feeling they was gonna lose that game. It was too close, man. Kyler Murray, I think he ran a 43-yard touchdown. Like, San Fran, they're gonna have to pick themselves up, man. Everybody had high hopes for them, but they're struggling. People are on to them, and then there's no Christian McCaffrey, that workhorse. That he's an all-around back, man. And we're starting to see without him that engine don't move the same, man. What else is going on, man? Who else played, man? Thinking some more games. The Rams look awful. They lost again. You know what I'm saying? The Rams, man, they just don't look good. Dallas, man. Like I said, they beat Pittsburgh. That fourth and goal, man. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pittsburgh should never call that timeout, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta let the game play out, man. They called the timeout, and that allowed these guys to, get their bearings, man. Should have let the momentum keep going, man. And I think that timeout cost him the game. But yeah, yesterday, man, was a great day for football, man. Great football. Yeah, Buffalo and Houston. That was another game. Josh Allen. It's gonna be some controversy because Josh Allen took a shot, man, and he hit his head, hard on the turf, and they said he got up and he wasn't the same. I was watching that game, and then my daughter kept turning the game off, and she was trying to watch her little shows and stuff, and I ended up going outside and going to the supermarket, and I came back, and they ended up losing the game. But said Josh Allen wasn't the same, so now you're gonna have some controversy with that. Should he have been allowed to continue to play? Did he have a concussion? Because it's like, who you gonna turn to if he gets hurt? But he takes a lot of big shots, man, because of his style of play. So you already know it's gonna be some controversy behind that. It's gonna be an investigation behind that one, and hopefully he's okay, man. And Pereira, he got the stoppage over homeboy. I forgot his name, man. The gentleman, man. He gave it his all out there. But Pereira was just too much for him, and he ended up packing him. But shout out to both competitors, man. We got this Beterbiev fight, man. I don't know how that's gonna play out, man. Bivol Beterbiev, man. That's a tough fight, man. And this is what boxing needs, man. I don't want to see either one of these guys lose, man. I'm a fan of both, but I don't know, man. I feel like Beterbiev, he's a tactical knockout artist, man. Like, he's not just like reckless when he goes in there to knock you out. He finds ways to pick you apart, man. And that's the scary thing about him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had some chin issues back in the day, but over his last 4 or 5 fights, he's tightened up his defense a little bit, and he just looks sharp in there, man. And it's like Bivol, he's a defensive, wizard. He can box. He knows how to jab. It's good footwork. But and he definitely can punch. But do you have enough to? Of course, he's a man. He's a human being. Do you have enough to keep Beterbiev off of you? And if you do get clipped, will you be in a hurry to exchange back? Because he's gonna have to let his hands go in this fight. And I think he could frustrate Beterbiev and tie him up. Not allow him to get off, make it a rough fight. Things like that. But Beterbiev is a tactician, man. He can pick you apart, and his punches are so heavy, man, that it just takes 1 or 2 shots, man, and you're out of there, man. Or he's severely hurt. And if he gets hurt, he's done, man. But we're gonna see, man. This is why we watch and they fight. Gervonta's gonna fight Lamont Roach. People complaining about that fight. It's a lot, but nobody's really complaining. This is what kills me with boxing, man. And I wanted to get to this too, man. No one is complaining when Inoue is fighting these guys nobody never heard of. Like, if we're not saying Inoue just fights bums, he don't. He beat Stephen Fulton, he beat a few dudes, right? But nobody complains when these guys fight bums. Nobody complains when Canelo's fighting John Ryder and none of that. His fans praise him for that. Like, when he fought that kid Berlanga, everybody knew that was a bullshit fight and it was a money grab. But nobody complained like that, like the way they complain about Tank Davis. Like, come on. I mean, you're gonna get your complaints, but it's like not at the level that the vitriol that they come at Tank Davis. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, They stay wanting the brothers to jump through hula hoops and go through all these obstacles to prove themselves, but then these other fighters, they don't do that with them, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Or when you complain about them, oh nah, he can fight who he wants to fight. But how come our fighters can't do that? When they do that, they get ridiculed, man. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford got ridiculed by everybody for fighting Majimov until they really realized who Majimov was. He was a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't have a lot of fights, but he was a great fighter. Tank, you know, he gave us some great fights, man. Now, I agree that it shouldn't be a pay-per-view fight, but this is the age we living in, where every fight now, when you got a big name, they're fighting pay-per-view. Excuse me. They fighting pay-per-view fights, man. I don't agree with this fight being pay-per-view, but this is the era we live in. Now, if you want to argue that, which I think this should be the argument, a pay-per-view fight back in the days was two big name fighters getting in the ring. Now what's happening is, ever since Mayweather, you know, came along on the sport, he was so big that every fight he had was pay-per-view. Like, some guys get to that level. Roy Jones was like that, got to that point. Mayweather was at that point. Mike Tyson. But even Mike Tyson, when he was, you know what I'm saying, like, when he would fight like on Showtime or HBO, stuff like that. Like, you know, he would fight those regular fights when they weren't big fights. Like, you know, you would be able to catch those fights pretty much free. But like, these guys now, like, you know what I'm saying, once they become a champion, and once they win one big fight, then they get paid, they get, like, pay-per-view status. Every fight is on pay-per-view. So now we're not seeing these guys as frequent, and then they know, boxing don't have the contracts, those TV contracts they used to have. Like, where, you know, you used to see fights on USA. You know, you don't see guys on ESPN like we used to get weekly fights, man. But it's like we're not seeing that anymore. We're not seeing the fighters fight enough. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but it's that pay-per-view, man. So now, if you're not hosting an event, you know how long it takes to put those events together? Like, come on, man. Like, we need boxing to go back to its original form. Where guys just fought, man. And, you know, even if you were fighting bums, the reason nobody was complaining is because nobody had to pay to see these fights like that. So, yeah, you could take a tune-up fight here and there, or throughout the year, these guys were fighting more, so they would fight like, you know, yeah, guys fight 3 times a year, 4 times a year, you know, and they'll give you a big fight and then maybe fight a couple of, you know, tune-ups and then give you another big fight. You know what I mean? So it's like, but you're not getting that anymore. You know what I mean? So, you know, but the guys complain, and then, like, with this Devin Haney thing, you know, a lot of people was cooking them about the lawsuit. Now, to me, like I said, I'm just a fan. I don't think the lawsuit is a good look. You got some, you know, guys that, you know, think it's going to expose this. It can expose him as well, because, you know, there's shady things around, you know, him too, with Victor Conte, with rehydrations and things like that. Remember him and Regis Prograis? You know, he ended up rehydrating 25 pounds. So I think, like I said, I don't think Ryan gonna see it. And this is not to just defend him. Like, you know, after he did his racist rant, you know, I don't fuck with him. You know, I don't think that was cool what he did. You know, and I don't defend that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm getting tired of a lot of brothers, every time you speak against what another brother did, you gotta be a sellout. You gotta be, oh, we going against our own people. Nah, I'm going with the truth, what I think is the truth. And I think that Ryan Garcia situation, in my opinion, he looked at what he felt was best for him. I don't think that he went in there saying, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to take steroids. I think what happened is he, because I don't know what the level was. I think it was point 0.1 of ostrogen or whatever he had. I don't think it was a lot that he had in the system where it was like it was going to affect the outcome of the fight. And he didn't look like he was like souped up in there, like we had all this extra energy and was recovering so quick. He didn't look bulkier. He didn't look stronger. He caught Haney with left hooks. Haney wasn't blocking him. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't got nothing to do with cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always had power. His money punch is his left hook. And if he's landing his money punch, what you think gonna happen? Oh, he was stronger. How can you prove that, man? If they're saying he only had point something in the system. Now, getting back to what I was saying, he looked at the situation with Haney. He was fucking with Conte. There's clouds around the suspicion with this guy. You rehydrated your last fight up 20-something pounds. You know what I mean? So he looked at it like, I can't really make this weight. He shouldn't have signed a contract for that weight, knowing that you can't really make the weight. So now, once it comes down to it, he's seeing that, like, let me try. Maybe he tried to take some of this, assuming for a split second. Maybe he tried to take something to cut the weight. And when that didn't work, he just said, I'll pay the money because he's probably going to hydrate up crazy anyway. So let me even the playing field so that I'm not drained like he was when he fought Tank. According to him, I think according to him, fighting Tank at that catch weight might have drained him. To a point where he may not have had, and like I don't think the outcome would have changed, but I think that he looked at that fight like, I'm not gonna come in here drained. I'm gonna come in here, effort. You know what I'm saying? Heavy, stronger. You know what I'm saying? Level the playing field. That's my personal opinion. What I think that happened in that fight. Now the strategy of Haney was, he was arrogant. To me, I think his team looked at Ryan and looked at his mental and was just watching him over the years. Like, Ryan ain't really got nothing but a left hook, And Haney, I think they thought Haney was gonna go in there, be able to bully him, get close, fight him on the inside, take away his left, outbox him, frustrate him, and it didn't work. He went in there, I think he got clipped with that left hook. I don't think he expected that left hook to come in that first round like that. And I think when he got clipped, he never really recovered. And he fought with crazy heart now. Don't get it twisted. Like, Haney got up every time. And he continued to come forward and try to make a fight out of it. And, he came up short, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't think that cheating was the reason he lost. Man, now he got caught with stuff in the system and that tainted the victory, and he lost his victory. And but don't charge him with battery and all of that stuff. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was in the ring too, hitting him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You landed some shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if you're not getting paid and you're saying this drops your stock and stuff like that, I don't see, your stock shouldn't really be dropped like that. I don't see how you win that lawsuit saying your stock dropped and you got your old back. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't see how that destroys your stock. I don't understand that. But now if you saying you weren't getting paid and you didn't get paid your money and stuff like that, then I can see the lawsuit, or you shortchange your money, or if you getting into negotiations and now, you know what I'm saying, like, your promoter's not trying to pay you and stuff. If you can prove that, then hey, you got something there. But I don't know, man. That's tough. That's why, like I said, that's why we watch. Hopefully Haney bounce back, man, and learn from this fight, man, and come back better. I would like to see the rematch. Just do the rematch, man, to get your revenge, man. Like Cotto got his against Margarito, man. But it's not, people boxing, guys going at other boxers because they criticizing them. And, guys are saying, we're not on the code and all that. Come on, man. Code is right and wrong, man. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you feel, you know what I'm saying, it's like, if you feel like he's in the wrong, that's your opinion, man. But I'm not gonna attack other brothers because they have a difference of opinion and say, oh, it's only the black people that, the Mexicans go after Canelo all the time about his choice of fighters, man. They go after all these dudes, all races go after each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that, you know, us brothers, we always get it the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they expect more out of us. You know what I'm saying? But all those races go after their own, man. We ain't the only ones, man. It's just like black on black crime. Yo, it's Spanish people kill Spanish people all day long, man. I mean, it's the same shit, man. You got people fleeing countries because they're being killed and executed and all this stuff, man. Same shit, man. Anyway, we gonna get to the weather. The hurricanes, man. The abandonment. Like I said, you vote Republican or Democrat, man. You got these Lindsey Grahams and all these people out here. I don't know why they keep voting these guys in. That these Ted Cruz's, they're gonna support what Israel's doing regardless. The only way to stop that is to stop sending them money. You know, you got money to send Israel, and you got Israel fighting your wars. Now you're about to get into it because they can't really defend themselves against all those countries, man, that they spreading themselves thin. Then you got the Ukraine situation where you're funding Ukraine, and then you have people out here in hurricanes, dying, missing, flooded, ruined everything. You send them $750. Like, come on, man. That's foul, man. Now FEMA got no money because, allegedly you guys bled out the money to migrants and illegals. Money that's supposed to be for disaster relief, so that money was misappropriated pretty much to take care of illegal immigrants. Wow. So now these people suffering. Now we got, another hurricane brewing that's looking like a category 4 or 5 that may destroy southern Florida. This is scary. Then come to find out, there's a lot of allegations saying that the United States are controlling the weather. Scary stuff, man. And like I said, you got the Harris girl who, you can't trust her. We don't know what she is, and her policies are awful, and you could tell she doesn't care about people, man. They care about power. And then you got Trump, who's, seems like he's more for the people, and he's doing the right thing. He's staying quiet, and he's allowing the Democrats to hang themselves. But the thing is, you still got those Republicans that support a lot of things that America does, that we shouldn't be doing. And, as long as we keep voting these people in, man, they're going to continue to, do things we don't like, man, because a lot of stuff is not done for the people. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen, and we got another month to find out, man. But, let's see what happens, man, because really the government is run by a committee. It ain't run by just no president. There's people that make decisions for them and things like that. And there's people that bring ideas to them and they just signing shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're gonna see what happens, man. Let's see, man. Pick your poison in this shit, man. But anyways, man, I'm out of here, man. Manyface Publishing, man. I gave you 40 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy the day. I'm gonna watch Sports Center and ESPN First Take. Oh yeah, real quick, man. Stephen A, man. Yeah, I was watching something this morning. He wilded out, man, comparing himself to Dak Prescott. Like, why you pocket watching that man, and then you tried to disrespect the man by saying, he pretty much saying he didn't deserve his money. But you was the same one that was complaining about them paying him his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now you're saying he didn't deserve his money, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting, you feel like you